Hi there. In this video we'll be covering Help Me Write a Book. Not gonna lie to you, writing a book is hard. It's really, really hard. But it's doable, it's possible, and the tips in this video can help you on your way. By the end of this video, you will learn the power of positivity and why outlining before you start writing makes a lot of sense. And stay tuned until the end of the video for a resource I really think you're gonna enjoy. Let's dive in. Writing a book is a challenge. It forces you to confront your struggles, your vulnerabilities, your insecurities and doubts. All of these things are going to bubble up during the process, along the way somewhere. You can try to push them off, and I've worked with people who tried to push them off. Inevitably, they're going to surface at some point. You should really, really lean into them. You should understand them and really tap into your purpose and why for writing this book, and staying positive through that process. You know, there's a reason why you want to write this book, and there's a reason you should keep going. How are people going to benefit from this message? How's it going to help them? How's it going to help them operate in the world differently? How is it going to inform them, make them better informed about the decisions and paths that they need to take in their life? How is it going to help you unlock power within your story? How is it going to help you take the next step as a thought leader, as a CEO, as a public speaker? There's so many different things that can unlock, both on your benefit and on the reader benefit, if you really understand those things and take some time to figure them out. I talked about doubts and fears and vulnerabilities, but I want you to believe in yourself, believe in your message, believe that it's worth telling. Your story matters and it's worth telling. So many times when I talk to authors, they minimize, they diminish. They say, well, I don't know if my story is that important. I don't know if my story matters. Your story does matter. It's super important. The more stories we can get out there, the better informed our world is going to be. It's going to help people. You know, there's so many books out there. Why not you? Why not me? Why not anybody else? What makes anybody else better than you to write your book, your story, your message? I don't think there is. At the same time, given that there's so many books out there and given that so many people are writing books today, your book needs to stand apart. It needs to be different. It needs to be unique. It needs to be original. Spend the time to think about why your story is different, what the reader's going to take away from your book that they're not going to get from anybody else's. It could be one little thing, one little twist, but it needs to stand apart. Otherwise, people are going to say, well, this other book is better, and they already wrote that. There's nothing new here. This is redundant. You know, you think about TV shows or movies, especially ones that carry on popular themes or piggyback off of something very special and different. And they say, well, it's a lot like this. It's a lot like this other thing that came out that was better. I think you should watch that instead. You don't want that for your book. You want your book to stand apart and be worth reading. So you really need to spend the time to think about your message and your story and what makes it different. There's a lot of debate back and forth in the writing world about whether you should start writing first or outlining first. And as somebody who focuses on efficiency in book writing, I will say definitively 100% absolutely start with your outline. Focus on the foundation, focus on understanding the structure of your book, understanding the outline and the reader journey from beginning to end before you start writing. Because if you figure out the outline and you spend some time on it, spend some mental effort figuring it out and making sense of it, it's going to make the writing process easier because you're going to be oriented specifically for writing this chapter, then this chapter, then this chapter. It's going to keep going on and on like that. If you don't outline first and you just start free writing, you're liable to write a lot of things that get scrapped, that don't end up in the final product, which is frustrating. It means you're going to spend more time on the book. It means you're going to spend time writing things that aren't going to go anywhere near the book. Obviously, the outline can evolve over time. That's not to say that things are going to get, set in stone and you're never going to make any changes from there. But you want to know that your effort's being well spent, and by outlining first and writing second, you make the most of your time and effort. Rome wasn't built in a day, and your book is not going to be written in a day either. A book takes time, it takes determination, it takes consistency. A book is a reflection of consistency. It's not a reflection of greatness, it's a reflection of consistency. It's about getting the thing done. I often talk about 275 words as this goal. The reason I talk about 275 words is because if you write 275 words a day for 365 days, you'll have written 100,000 words. When you think about writing a 100,000 word book, it's insurmountable. It's impossible. It's too big. And I'm not saying that you should write a 100,000 word book. There's a lot of books that should not be that long. Most books should not be over 100,000 words. However, if you were interested in writing a book of that length, if you focus on 275 words a day, you'll make it there by the end of the year. Think about your 275 words. How are you getting your writing done? How are you making progress? Whether it's daily goals, whether it's weekly goals, whether it's monthly goals. Measure your progress, make consistent progress, keep working at it, and find a way to get the consistency down. Make sure that you're hitting those goals and sticking with it. We come out with a lot of energy and effort and success when we start writing a book. There's a lot of momentum and there's a lot of motivation. But what happens if motivation wanes? What happens if something pops up in your life? What happens if you get busy? You're going to put the book aside. You don't want to do that. You want to make some progress, even if it's just a little bit. Even if it's 500 words a week, if it's 1,000 words a week, whatever the case may be, keep making progress and devote the time to get this down. Just make sure that you're devoting a little bit of time every day to doing it. One of the tactics that I use when I'm busy and I'm trying to make a lot of quick progress is a writing sprint. What a writing sprint is literally taking 10 minutes, blocking out everything in your life, digital distractions, everything else, and just writing. Free writing for 10 minutes or 20 minutes, whatever the case may be. You can get a lot of work done, a lot of writing accomplished from writing sprints because you're going very fast. You're not focused on editing. You're not focused on spelling. You're not focused on grammar. You're literally taking ideas out of your brain and onto the page. Another option is to do voice-to-text transcription. This is what I do with a lot of the projects that I work on, and that simply means audio recordings. Instead of sitting at the keyboard typing away, you're recording yourself talking. You can then take that audio, upload it, or use a voice-to-transcription tool and have automatic text that you can then shape into chapters. It's a way to get a lot of words quickly. I use it all the time. It's a great tool to make quick progress on a book. And if you're interested in just making a little bit of progress on a day or a week, spend some time recording yourself. Talk through something. You'll have automatic text to work from. When you think about help, the tips in this video have really focused on helping you, but there's other ways to help yourself write a book, and it's by getting other people to help. Mainly through ghostwriters or writing coaches. Ghostwriter is somebody who will meet with you, who will turn your ideas and stories into chapters. And a writing coach is somebody who can keep you accountable, meet with you pretty consistently, often weekly, and make sure that you're meeting your goals. They can review material. They can give you insights and ideas to help you along your way. Either way, it's a great avenue because it's just a safety net. With a lot of the authors that I work with as a ghostwriter, there's so many things that are confusing about the book writing process, and it took me years to figure them out, and some of the things I'm still learning, even after ghostwriting 30 books. There's still things that I'm learning, but there's such a big learning curve to book publishing and book writing and all these different things related to books. And working with a professional as a ghostwriter or a writing coach is going to help make those things easier. It's a little peace of mind that you don't have to worry about. So it's definitely something to consider if you need help getting your book written. If after this video you're still stuck and you need help writing your book and working on it and figuring it out, head to my website. It's goodghostwriter.com. You can click the link below. There you can schedule a one-on-one strategy call with me. I would love to talk about your project. I'd love to learn more about the book that you're writing, any questions and challenges you're facing, and maybe I can point you in the right direction and help you in my small way to take the next step in your journey. And I can help you in my small way to help you on your journey. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.